You cannot be ready. You cannot be established without this truth. You can't go forward. You can't go into battle without this truth. This truth is the essential, because you're going to be battling spiritual wickedness, spiritual darkness in high places. And we'll have a lot more to talk about that when we get to Ephesians chapter 6. Come on up, Stronger, Mike's open.
Well, I just had a picture because I started dwelling that over in my mind. You know, having your loins, not Gertrude, loins, Gertrude. And I'm saying, okay, where's my loins? Okay, that's my waist. Okay. Then on top of that's the breastplate and then other equipment. Do you know that the truth, I'm still thinking about Gertrude, the truth is comes from underneath. It's not more or less seen. It comes out of us. That's what I'm trying to say. It's hidden. If we open up our mouth, you'll hear the truth, but you don't see it in the armor. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool. Mike's free.
Amen, Stronger. Right? Just like that, when you girt your loins, it's like putting on a belt. Right? It's something that goes all the way around you. Right? It wraps yourself up. Being the first piece of armor, right? Everything else goes on top of it, so to speak. Right? Hear and see what is inside. Right? You have to have this truth as it has been revealed by Jesus. Right? The truth about God's love and mercy. The truth of God that Jesus Christ was there to confirm. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking my notes here. All right. Without the belt, the shield and the sword fall down. See that? And then even what is the breastplate going to hook onto if you don't have the belt on, right? Uh, if you're not girding your loins with that truth. All right. And just going back to it, Ephesians now. Okay, friends. So we looked at goodness. We looked at the fruit of light. Goodness, righteousness, and truth. Um, I'm hoping we see these things for what they are. By a lot of times, what we do is we contrast light with dark to help us to comprehend a little better. We didn't do that so much this time, those contrasts, but it is a good way to have a conversation because Paul's going to bring up in Ephesians 6, like with the armor of God and stuff, he's going to bring up darkness. He's going to bring up the spiritual wickedness about Jesus being the letter. Um, and we want to identify that darkness more and more by looking at the truth and the light of truth. We can see what those dark things, where they stem from. Right? We're not here to trim the branches. We're here to get at the root. Right? For instance, like when Paul says, the love of money things, just whack and such. So we want to rid ourselves of this darkness. Obviously, the first step has to be to identify these darknesses. Right? So we recognize the truth is in Jesus, but the darkness is going to be in the vain imaginations, the profane babblings of ungodly men, their speeches which they use to deceive the hearts of the simple. And for those of us who have been together for a while, you know what I'm talking about, especially when we think about the Proverbs, those first of Proverbs. Think about, we spent so much time back there. And the warnings that God gave, or we should say the Father was giving to his sons and daughters, his children, about the strange woman, right? The woman that flattereth with her lips, right? Her lips are smooth like honey, like oil, right? And maybe it would be good to go back there and look at that stuff before we start talking about the spiritual warfare in Ephesians chapter 6. Just remind ourselves of those admonitions the Father gave about that strange woman. And then there was also the evil man. Right? Remember the evil man and the strange woman? So maybe we'll give that some attention before we get to Ephesians 6 and remind ourselves of some of those things. Remember, that was just the first 9 chapters of Proverbs. Not real long or anything, but there was a lot of admonition in there. Good wisdom from our Father. Amen, loves. Keep battling that darkness with the light, the truth. So, saints, when is the next time we want to get together? Today is Monday. Is Tuesday good for you guys? Drunker says tomorrow. Mary, yes. Okay. Flower says yes. Wonderful. Taz? There's Taz. She said yes. Okay. All right. So thank you for coming in, Magilla and Nicholas and Baron. Thank you for joining us today, coming in and adding to the conversation. Thank you, saints. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, all right, and we'll talk more about this Ephesians 5 stuff, okay? Grace and peace, everybody. Have a good afternoon. Thank you. Bye-bye.